2020 has been a rather interesting year, hasn't it? I know for me, it has been a rather trying and difficult year. One thing that has helped me through this rough patch are video games and making content on this channel. So in this video, I'll be looking back and reflecting on the gaming experiences I had in 2020, as well as the stuff I'm looking forward in 2021. First off, let's talk about the games I managed to finish in this year. I managed to finish 18 different single player games. At a quick glance, I enjoyed this selection of games a lot actually. There's only truly one video game that I felt was kind of mediocre. The rest are pretty good, high quality experiences. With some of these games here, I actually consider them in my top 10 best games of all time list back in July. You can also see that a lot of the games listed here are actually released back in 2019. I'm very glad to be able to finally get these games off my backlog. At the same time, I'm also very happy that I tried out lesser played genres like action, stealth, survival horror games. These are games I usually don't play. I definitely should have fit in more indie games though. I also severely slowed down in gaming as a hobby after July, as I was busy and occupied with work, as well as creating content on this channel. Anyway, I'll be highlighting only 3 games here on this list. If you want to hear my opinions on quite a few of these titles in its entirety, you can check out my video reviews on these specific games in this playlist right here. The first game I would like to highlight is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Due to the world's issue in 2020, many people are advised to stay at home and not go outdoors at all. So people being bored from staying at home all the time gravitated to video games. For many people, they found their relief in Animal Crossing New Horizon. For me, however, that game was Fire Emblem Three Houses. Just like Animal Crossing New Horizon, Three Houses is a huge time sink perfect for the stay-at-home lifestyle that we had grown accustomed to in 2020. There's lots of reasons why I like this game. The plot, the character, the music, the gameplay, the customization it affords the player. As much as I want to delve into the ins and outs of why I love this game so much in this 2020 recap video, I would largely be missing the point. This game is special to me because it accompanied me during a time where the world is on fire, during a time where I just wanted to shut myself and escape in another world and have fun. And no other game truly did that more than Fire Emblem Three Houses this year. The second game I wanted to highlight is Final Fantasy X. Before I started playing this game, I really wanted to dislike this game. After all, the only thing I know through social osmosis was the infamous Tidus laugh scene, which has attained meme status over the years. However, the deeper I got into playing the game, the more I started to like how charming the game is. I started investing more into the world's setting and lore and the plot. The more I got into this amazing story, the more feelings I felt with the party and their trials and tribulations. That initial impression that the whole game will just be a cheesy, over-the-top experience kind of faded away. Don't get me wrong, the game's overall delivery can still feel rather cheesy. However, one of the aspects I love is Tidus' character growth and development throughout the 45 hours journey. All the emotional scenes felt especially well earned and well executed. When the finale came, a feeling of numbness washed over me. It's akin to the feeling that a long journey has finally come to a close, where you both felt relief it's finally over, and yet sad that it's finally over. It is seriously one of the best games I ever played, making it my favourite full-length Final Fantasy game. For my third game, I'll be saving it till the end, as it is my personal game of the year and I wish to end this recap with that one video game. All that being said, here are my goals and aspirations for 2021. Goal number 1, I want to buy and play more indie games. Aside from Celeste, I didn't really play much indie games this year, completely missing out games like Hades. I wish to support more indie developers next year. Goal number 2 is either to embark on Cyberpunk 2077. Even though I did pre-order the game, due to being very busy with work, I wasn't able to really fit in much playtime. Since I haven't gotten far, I would much rather wait for CD Projekt Red to patch the game more before diving fully into Night City. I'm aiming to restart my playthrough next February. I also wish to buy a PS5 next year. PlayStation exclusive games have always eluded me and I wish to rectify that. I've been waiting a very long time to play games like Persona 5 Royal, the Uncharted series, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and many more. And I wish to play those games next year. My number 4 goal is to finish 2020 games that I missed, the likes of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Paper Mario, Resident Evil 3. These games I wish to start and play next year. My 5th goal is to finish one SNES games. I'm looking at one of these games: Super Metroid, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Earthbound, or Chrono Trigger. This is to make sure I actually finish one retro game every year. My last goal is more of a goal for this channel. I wish to be a more consistent content creator. Even though I never hit my goal of reaching 100 subscribers by the end of 2020, I'm still happy that I'm more than halfway there, and I'm very excited to continue making content past 2021. Speaking of being excited about 2021, these are the games I have eyes on that are coming out next year. These are releases you can probably expect me to cover on this channel, so if you don't want to miss any of those future uploads, consider subscribing to this channel. As for my backlog, I want to finish the following games. First, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is a locked-in game. Even though I pre-ordered this game this year, I just didn't have time to play it, but next year I guarantee I'll finish it. Secondly, Cyberpunk 2077, as I said before, and Final Fantasy 9. It has been in my backlog for almost 1.5 years now. I really want to play it, but I found the sweet spot to be very tedious. I don't know whether playing on the Xbox Game Pass PC would do the trick, since you can't openly mod the game. Alright, in this segment I'll be giving out awards. This will be the inaugural end of year gaming awards here at TisIsReal. I'll be giving out 5 small awards this year, culminating in my personal game of the year. These awards are handpicked by me and only me, so this is just my opinion. First award will be the category of My Quarantine Game of the Year. This category primarily focuses on games that are long in nature, stretching up to 70 hours or more, with tons and tons of content. Of course, I already highlighted this game before. My Quarantine Game of the Year goes to Fire Emblem Three Houses. It is a game that has multiple playthrough, with each playthrough lasting 70 hours. There are just so many content packed into this one game. My second award is the My Disappointment of the Year award, and the winner is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It is simply a letdown in terms of celebrating Mario's 35th anniversary, and it's also my first time playing Super Mario Sunshine, which was quite a letdown in itself. Overall, despite me enjoying the compilation, it is still a disappointment, no doubt. For more details about my exact thoughts regarding the 3D All-Star package, you can watch my 4-part review series here. My third award is the Best Sound Design award, and the winner is Resident Evil 2. Some of the reasons why I was so scared in this game has to do with the brilliant sound design. The sound of undead just around the corner and the heavy footsteps of Mr. X is so unnerving and adrenaline rushing. It is simply a magnificent sound design game. My fourth award is the Most Hyped Review award. The winner goes to Sephiroth Review at the Game Awards. I remember I just woke up 10 minutes ago just to catch the Game Awards, and once the initial notes of One Winged Angel hit, my mind was no longer foggy. Not only was it a hype review, the production value of the trailer is off the roof, with each scene being so epic and cool. Without question, the best character review of the year. Bonus points for Sephiroth being actually very fun to play in the game. My fifth award goes to Best Music. These are the 5 pieces of music that resonated with me in 2020, plus an entire soundtrack from Final Fantasy VII Remake. All of these musics are really amazing, but I just want to focus on one, and that is Chasing Daybreak in Fire Emblem Three Houses. For the uninitiated, this piece is played after the time skip as the main battle theme from then on. I can still vividly remember the first time I heard it. I was still in the army at the time. I remember the night before I slept, I just hit the time skip. Once I woke up around 5 AM ish and got to combat and was greeted with this battle theme, I don't know why it just felt so immensely emotional. I was playing the Blue Lions route, by the way, and a sudden change in tone is very noticeable. I ended up humming this tune for the rest of the day. Of course, I'm not a music expert in any stretch of the imagination, but I'll just say the drums are definitely the highlights for me in this piece. Alright, we have stopped for long enough. This is it. My game of the year is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my, where do I even begin? Well, just want to start off by saying I pre-ordered this game without even owning a PS4. I had to borrow my friend's PS4 just to play it. And because due to my army schedule, as well as my country having a pseudo lockdown, where only essential services are allowed, I ended up playing FF7R way later than the release date, which was quite frustrating as all I thought about in camp during that time was just going home and playing this game. Thankfully, I did manage to stay clear of most spoilers. After 3 full days of playing this game, I finished it, and at that moment, I knew this was an incredible game. The combat system is a joy to play through, with each character controlling and playing very differently while still retaining the strategy elements of the original ATB system. The presentation is downright stunning. The visual flair of battles with particles effect flying everywhere never ever gets old. The world of Midgar never looks so good, and it's filled with so much details. The soundtrack is my favourite soundtrack in any video game, period. The story and characters are also really well done. The plot managed to amp up the emotional scenes from the original source material up to 11, with great writing and voice acting. I also love the direction it's willing to take and am super optimistic about its future. All in all, it is not only my game of the year for 2020, it has also become my favourite game of all time. Everything I ever wanted in a video game, it is here, present and accounted for. Just an incredible video game from start to finish. And there you have it guys, my full look back at the year of 2020 in terms of my gaming experiences. The reason why I was able to do this recap video is because I track my gaming hobby. To know how to track your games in a list, you can watch my video on cataloging video games here. I would love to know how's your year in 2020, which was your quarantine game of the year, disappointment of the year, and of course, game of the year. And as always, stay tuned to more gaming related content on this channel in the year of 2021. So long guys, so long.